Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Sedona International Film Festival in our 31st year. This is the most incredible festival. I'm so happy to be a part of it. I'm Tanya June Moore. I get to talk to the filmmakers, and that makes me super happy. And I want to give a huge shout out to the city of Sedona for always being so supportive over all of our artists and our indie films in this entire festival. Thank you so much. All the shuttle drivers, all the volunteers, the restaurateurs, the hoteliers, everyone that helps this festival be a huge success. And I have some really great filmmakers in the seat, and it was awesome having some beautiful laughter in the screening. Please introduce yourself and your film.
I'm Cherie Storff. I'm the writer, director, and producer of The Everything Pot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Emily Sheehan, and I'm the producer and also line producer.
Man, producers are getting a lot of light here at this festival this year. I don't think people realize how important the producer is, and they get very little credit because nobody knows what you do.
Yeah,
We had a village on
great
this. We
producing
had
team.
an amazing producing team, and so I'm one of a team of
Yes.
incredible producers. So.
Well, this was a big film. Like, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of really great actors in it. There's a lot of sets. There's just a lot going on, and that's a lot to keep up with. What was your experience like on this set? Was it a joy to make this movie?
Oh, it was a treat.
Yeah.
It was, and it was during we filmed it during the interim agreement period,
wow.
and so no one was working, and so to be able to work with a number of artists who weren't able to work because of the strike and what was happening, and we got the blessing of the union, and so we were all able to work, which was what we love to do. So it was just so fun to be able to support Cherise.
So,
this film.
yes,
It was
and this is
awesome.
really adorable. What is the film about? Let's
Thank
catch
you.
everybody up here.
The film is about a 50-something recent empty nester named Rachel who receives a wedding invitation and is the first to RSVP, send a gift, and comment on the wall. And in doing so, she inadvertently breaks up the young couple and tries to get them back together. During that process, her own marriage implodes. So
Yeah, it's a little bit of a comedy of errors.
it's a lot comedy.
Yeah, but it didn't make me uncomfortable. Sometimes when
Oh.
I'm watching, like, where there's just a lot of mistakes, like, I'm just like, come on now. Like, we can't be this dumb, right? Like, I can't get on board with you. This was not like that.
Thank you.
This was very much, I felt uncomfortable for her, like, and all the things. She's like, I felt that because I feel like I've done that before. and I think we've all been in these situations where these things happen. So how did you cast this? I'm telling you, girl, the comedy in this, the lines when they're dropped is impeccable.
Thank you.
As a director, was that a huge part for you, or did you allow the actors to do that for you?
Well, it was a huge part for me in the writing, and then I was so lucky to bring together the best, amazing cast who did their work the way they do it and made me look great. So, Lisa Edelstein,
yes.
Gina Torres, Eric Griffin, Delaney Rowe in her first role as Claire. I think
Yes.
she knocked it out of the park.
She did, and there was
James
a point
Woke.
where I was very angry with her. I was like,
Yeah.
"Ooh, you are just crazy."
But then you come to understand.
But it took a while for that turnaround, and I appreciated the weight on that because she could have easily been blamed for all of it, right?
Right, and then you realize that they all played their part, and how important communication is, and
Open, very open communication. You will recognize everyone in this cast except for Claire, who's lovely, and you'll be taken on this joyful ride. So you've already screened at the film festival here. What was the screening like? It was sold out, I
it was
assume?
sold out, I think, on the second or third day, and we had a great audience and great reactions, and people loved it and thanked me for making a comedy.
Yes, we appreciate
Because
it.
We all need it.
We all need it
Yes.
right now, especially.
Yes, we do.
Um,
Were there any questions or astute observations from the audience that stood out?
that's a good question.
I'm sorry, I did not mean to catch you off guard. Usually our audiences are, well, they're just great. They're cinephiles, and so they love cinema. and typically I can just count on somebody throwing out some really great observation. I did not mean to put you on the spot, but
That's okay. I was so in the moment that I.
I mean for you to be in the moment. It's much better to be in the moment.
But tomorrow at our 10 a.m. screening at Harkins, I'll make sure to.
Yeah,
pay
ready.
attention.
We'll be ready.
Yeah,
We'll
be
get-
ready, because I'm telling you, our audiences, especially when they get to sink their teeth into something funny and clever, and with an all-star cast, truly an all-star cast. How did you cast Rachel in this? Because she makes awkward really beautiful.
So Lisa Edelstein is, as you know, amazing. She was the star of House and Girlfriend's Guide to Divorce. And when I saw her in Kaminsky Method, playing Alan Arkin's
yes,
daughter, and
yes.
all the physical comedy, and I just thought that's our Rachel. I mean, I know it, and I was very clear. I wanted to cast an actress in her 50s, not in her early 40s, pretending to be in her 50s, and Lisa is naturally beautiful and very expressive and brought so much to that role, more than I could have ever imagined.
She
so.
surely did. Like I mean, everybody's wonderful, but she really carried the whole film. Just her being just somewhat awkward was
Yes,
really incredible.
yes.
What was it like getting the phone call from Pat that you made it into one of the top 25 coolest festivals in the world?
Well, it was
Like,
funny
we were just
because
voted that. Like, we're
Congratulations.
thank you.
Congratulations.
We feel pretty proud about
We're
it. So
very
what was that
excited.
like?
Be.
So Pat called me during the wildfires that were happening in LA, and I wasn't going to answer the phone, but then I saw that it said Sedona Film Festival, so I answered, and it was lovely to talk to him and hear from him, and I was very excited. And
Yeah. It's just, I mean, it's really cool to hear from a director who's doing so much already.
Oh,
and then
yes.
he wants to make sure that you have that extra
yes.
special treatment.
And he made me feel like he would be accessible to me if I had any further questions.
he is.
And he is.
He really
The whole
is.
team has
It's
been
amazing.
amazing, yes.
Yeah.
We're very happy to be here.
We are glad to have you here, and we hope you come back again.
I would
And we
love
hope you bring us another comedy. That would be fantastic. And we hope you two work together again, because I feel
Oh.
like this is a really. I mean, this is like you could see that you guys get along, and like that helps a lot when you have a good team in place. It really produces something really gorgeous, and you've made a really great film, and
Can
I
I-
hope it does well.
Can I quickly speak to the amazingness of our other producers?
Please, please,
Callie
please.
Bloom, Chris Ewing, who was also our amazing editor, Sean Patrick Kelly, who handled production services with Emily, and then we had really great executive producers, Ed Burns and Aaron Lubin.
No
Ed
kidding.
Burns of
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. The one that we know. You know who she's talking
yes,
about.
so we were really fortunate that they asked to come on board.
Where can they keep up with this film out there? I mean, I know it hasn't released yet.
We are still looking for distribution, as many indie films are in this.
You want to distribute this one. This one's actually, it's really worthy of being on the big screen and for people to see it.
Thank you.
And so, no release date yet.
No release
Is there
date.
a website or a social media feed that people can support you?
Tralalu_productions.
Tralaloo, I like it.
It's TRALALOO_productions, and that's
That's the place to go.
On Instagram.
on Instagram.
On Instagram, so it's not a website, it's an Instagram feed.
No.
Okay. This one is adorable. Please support it. And when it comes out, some distributor, please get this one out there. We deserve it. We deserve to have comedy in our life. And thank you for being here. And we
Thank
will be
you.
right back with another filmmaker. Please follow hashtag Sedona Film Fest for more interviews like this, red carpets, and all the other shenanigans that go on around the Sedona Film Festival.